Okay, look at this linear law question. Linear law is something you can score full marks in, but a lot of us are not careful enough, which results in us losing marks. So please read the question properly, okay? Whether you're supposed to find information using the graph or find information using the equation. So they will state very clearly what they want. If you use the wrong method, you're not going to be awarded the full marks, okay? So what we have here is this is the equation that we are given, y equals to ax power k. A and K are constants. I believe they are constants you need to find using your graph later. Okay, so your speed is X and your resistance is Y. Speed is X, resistance is Y. So what are you plotting? This is plotting log Y against log X. So by now you should already be able to understand, right? That when they say something against something, it's always Y axis against the x-axis. Okay, so linear law surely draw straight line. If it's an ugly line, then if it's ugly points, then you most probably gonna draw a best fit line. But whenever the point is too far off, right, it's good to read through the whole question to see whether there's anything about the question getting you to pick out the wrong points. Okay, if they never, then please go and check your coordinates properly. Make sure you plot them nicely. So this is a 2-mark question. All you need to do is draw a table. Okay, so I always read my x coordinate first. That's why I put my log x on top. So the good news is, okay, like only 4 points only, not too bad, right? So I'm sure you all know what you all need to do. So you use your calculator. Okay, I'm just going to show you one or two, then I'm going to punch down everything, okay? Okay, so usually, right, we can see 2dp is something that you can see in your graph, okay? 2dp, 3sf, anything more like 0 0.4, 5, 6, 7, 8, how you plot, cannot plot, right? So like for example, this one here, right? Let's say I'm going to do log 5, right? So LG5, right? Is 0 0.6989, right? I will just put as 0 0.70. You want to put as 0 0.699 also can, but when you're plotting, it's going to be more or less there, right? Okay, so log 10 is easy. Log 10 is 1. So we got log 15. Okay, log 15 is 1.18. You round up accordingly, yeah? Don't purposely go around. Round up only when you need to, okay? Log 20, this is 1.30. Okay, so do the same for y. So you're going to log 58, log. So I'm going to just fast forward, okay? 1.76, 2.31, 2.62, 2.85. There's no need to give me more decimal place because you cannot really see as well, okay? So if the question never state, usually just do 2dp or 3sf, or you follow the majority. So you see like this one here, this part here, the largest is 3sf, right? You follow the 3sf from there. Okay, so then you're going to plot, right? So for this question, they drew the axis for you already. So I am just going to I use Desmos to plot already lah, okay? But when you plot, okay, make sure you label nice, okay? If they never lah. But this one, the question gave me the axis, so everybody's scale is the same, no need to argue. Okay, then you draw your dots ready, right? When you connect your line, right, can you please cut through the y-axis? Why some of you all draw, then you all stop halfway, then what's the point of drawing, right? You should cut through and then meet the x-axis. Okay, go and cut and meet the x-axis, huh? Okay, sorry, meet the y-axis, say wrong. Okay, meet the vertical axis here because you need to see the y-intercept one. This chapter is all about finding the uh, gradient and y-intercept. So you must extend your line. Okay, so you draw until like that already, right? You extend all the way already, you will get your 2 marks ready. Okay, so then after that, right, you see the next parts that they're going to ask you. So they're going to ask you, right? Wait, let me copy paste. Okay, so this part over here. So this part over here, you see, read carefully, you see what they say. Use your graph. So some of y'all never extend the line. You'll just go and find the gradient. Then you use the equation. Cannot. You must use the graph. So when you're using the graph, right, your goal is what? Is to make it big Y equals to M big X plus C. Okay, your C is your y-intercept, so it must be a constant on its own. So what do we have? We started with what? Y equals to AX power K. What are you plotting? You are plotting log Y log X, right? So you log both sides. Okay, so this one I'm not super worried because I think you all did this part quite well. So this is log A plus log x power k. So rearrange a little bit, bring down the power, and then this is my log A. So you are plotting this against this. Make sure it's over here. So your k is what? So your K is your gradient. I'm quite happy with the gradient, okay? But it's the y-intercept that you all never extend. So this is my y-intercept. So y-intercept very easy, leh. We straight away go and read from your graph. So for me, right, mine is about 0.5, but because mine not, I don't know why mine not so accurate. I think the answer is like 0.475, that kind, 48 lah. Okay, most of y'all got it, okay? Why, huh? Why my skill not good, huh? Okay, so anyway, mine is 0.5. I'm just going to follow, okay? So your plus minus, where will the school mark? They're marking this one here. So when you're trying to find A, what's the base of LG? Log base, 10, right? So 10 power 0.5. So just press your calculator, 3SF. Okay, if you scared, right, you do 5SF because you still got the last part, right? Okay, so this is settled. So you must use, I repeat, this one here must use the graph. Okay, you must use the straight line. Go and find your y-intercept. So this one you never use, you cannot get the marks, even though your answer is correct. Okay, so very wasted. So K is what? K is the gradient, right? So you're going to choose points on the line lah. Okay, so for me, my points not enough, not nice enough lah, huh? But when I want you all to choose points, right, you choose something like this kind. It's lying in the on the intersection of two lines lah. Okay, don't use points that are in the table. Don't use points that is the y-intercept. Choose other points, okay? So this one here is what? 0.6 and 1.6. Okay, that's the best I can find for my graph now. So I'm going to agak-agak a bit, okay? But you all should be able to find something nicer, okay? So for me, this one is what? This is 0.05 and then 0.6. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to write down the working. All right, so 1.6 minus y2 minus y1, yeah? Then over x2 minus x1. Okay, so I repeat, you're supposed to choose two coordinates, label the coordinates on the straight line, don't use points in the table, don't use the y-intercept. Okay, because sometimes you're drawing best fit line. Okay, so this one here, same thing, 3SF, 1.81. Okay, there's always a plus minus one lah. All right, but you cannot be getting a negative gradient. Something is wrong, okay? When I use Desmos to plot, right, the gradient was actually 1.79. Okay, but they are very nice, huh? They accept anything from 1.69 to 1.89. See how wide the range is? Okay, so make sure your points are correct. Okay, and use the calculator I teach you all to cheat and check your answer. Make sure your gradient is more or less the same. Make sure your y-intercept is more or less the same. Okay, use the calculator method to check. Okay, the last part. So the last part is the one that you lose marks again. But why? Never read carefully because they sneak in the direction in the middle of the question. Then you all never see. See, ah? Okay, so for this one here, right, you got another object. Okay, they are moving. So you're going to estimate what? From the graph. So you see what are you given? You're given the resistance and you're supposed to find the speed. But you're supposed to use the graph, ayo. Okay, so what we have here is this resistance is what? Let's go back to find. Resistance was y. Speed is x. That means I'm supposed to find y lah. Okay, so you are given y equals to 100. So to plot on the graph, you must use the same axis, which is log y. So LG 100 is 2. So go to your graph. Okay, go to your graph. Go and read LG y is 2. So dotted, 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 dotted. Then after that, wait dotted, oh, slanted, slanted. Okay, like that. So more or less, I cannot see lah, huh? Okay, because my graph, the scale so big, but you all sure can read yours, okay? So I'm going to use the answer key. The answer key gave me as, should be more or less the same, okay? So the answer key one is 0.83. Yeah, seems like it. I see 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. See? 0.83. But your one should be very nice, okay? As in you got enough grids, I don't have. Okay, so I will write down, right? When log y equals to 2, log x is 0.83. Plus minus, okay? Plus minus. So then what we have here, you go and find your x again. So same thing, LG is base 10. So like that, 10 power 0.83. So 3SF will do 6.76. 3SF. Never use your graph, bye-bye, another marks gone. So where did you all lose marks? Here, this one, because you all use the equation to solve. Not wrong lah, but they said using the graph, so you must follow instruction ma. Must estimate both A and K. Not, they never say use your graph, estimate A, use the equation, estimate K. Not like that, what, right? It's not the other way around. Okay, so this one also, again, never see the word from the graph. Okay, so this one how many marks? 6. 8 so can get full marks one, this one. All right, so please be careful. All right, linear law is something you can score and you must score.